Well, here's idiot move number one on our off-grid weekend. Completely crushed my fingers. First time I've ever used a set of forks on the tractor. My lovely bride's making some breakfast. And I got them on here. We're moving around this wood shelter. These take some getting used to, but pretty easy enough once you figure it out. This Yanmar quick attach system is a little different than a skid steer quick attach. We actually build these little wood shelters and sell them all over Ontario here if you need one. This one's 3x6. We make a 4x4 and a 4x8 as well that'll hold a bush cord. But I'm just aching. My fingers are so sore. Anyways, figuring out where to put this thing. Well, like everything else around here, there's a steep learning curve. Old trusty dusty here. I bought these forks a few months ago and just put them on for the first time. And this thing probably weighs 400 pounds. It was very little trouble for the Yanmar to pick up. We're gonna move her on into its spot here. We got another load of gravel this morning. Got to do some more work there too. Working away. All right, there we go. So we got our 3x6 wood crib right next to the cabin. This tote is going to be permanently filled basically, and transfer pump out of this one we're going to stick on a trailer to feed water into both this cabin and the master cabin. So I reckon I'll get put the propane tanks in there where they can breathe. And that should do for now. I think I'm pleased with where that is. It looks like it's nice and level. It's solid. I shimmed it up. Good to go. So here's the finished product with a bunch of wood in there now. We're ready to go for winter time. Now we'll get these forks off of here. Put them over next to the grapple. Get the bucket on and start moving all this gravel. So unlike the skid steer quick attach, you got to use these pins to put these together. They're pretty easy to use though. That goes in there. And then we capture it, whoops, with one of these. And that's it for one side. So they are pretty easy. I mean, running a handle for a skid steer quick attach, I guess would be a little bit faster, but I mean, that's not really an inconvenience. So just drop my pin. Sometimes they get stuck a little bit. So that's why we keep one of these on the tractor. Give her a poke. And then just stick the cotter pin in there. My finger is just aching. There we go, that's all it takes. Yanmar versus skid steer quick attach. So we're in our orange. It's this hunting season up here. We've been hearing some gunshots, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Brucey's got her blaze on.
So she smells the bacon.
Yeah. So we got a little bit of work to do today. We're gonna move this pile and do like a bit of a circular driveway here, but over here also we got to bring this level up. We're really like getting there. Lots of little projects coming together. So now this will store the extra propane. Put some wood here for the winter. Got the splitting the kindling thing right there. That I'm gonna come pick up with the forks. I should have done that when I still had the forks on the tractor. But yeah, no, we're getting there for sure. We're gonna move a bunch of this wood from here. The boys are anyways. Gonna grab it from there and move her into here so it's closer for winter time. A couple little projects going on. This is sort of late October. Most of the canopy is fallen. Starting to look pretty sparse. And very overcast. Want to see the coolest thing? Off grid. This is the Biolite Solar Home 620 Plus system, I think it's called. So this control panel up here runs on a little solar panel. This has 3 light brightnesses.
and a radio in it. Turn that off. The one at the door is motion activated, which is awesome. Boop. Every time you go close to it. And then we have 3 other ones. We just have this temporarily installed. There's the brightest. The one over here we have by the window, and you can reach it from bed. Boink. So when it's cranked, I mean, it's full on dark here. It's about midnight. Look at all the light this provides, all solar. And they just have little switches. So they're daisy chained together. This one's actually connected to this one, which is connected to the base station. And then there's another plug that goes to this one that's motion activated. And it's got 4 settings. So when this is red, there's low, medium, high. Then you click it a 4th time, and now it's motion activated. That's a pretty cool thing. I mean, we have another lighting system in the other cabin, but the motion activated part's pretty sweet. We love these so far. We're hoping the battery is up to snuff. So I think I've mentioned this before, but the way we heat our cabin, at least this one, is with this Martin direct vent propane heater. So this one's 20,000 BTU. It is unlike a buddy heater or any other kind of catalytic heater. This vents outside, so it's not 100% efficient. You do lose some heat due to the process that it does. But I mean, we're here in this cabin's just a hair under 300 square feet. It's cold outside today, and this thing is kind of working away. We got it set to, you know, about halfway between low and high. I'll crank it up here for you so you can see how much it gets ripping. On high heat, it's pumping out some serious heat. Like, we made a mistake last night and my wife woke up in the middle of the night. It was too hot in here. Of course, this is a very well insulated building. I mean, we've got rock wool in the walls, R20 in the floor. But the cool thing about this is, even though there's not a remote thermostat on it, when you turn it down, I'll show you what it does. So I'll do it manually because it's kind of got its own way of doing it. But right there's on sort of a low setting, but then it'll sort of like trickle down to just an idle. And you can see just the pilot burns there. And then it'll cycle on and off. So it doesn't use a ton of propane to keep the ambient temperature nice and cozy. It's probably pretty close to 20 degrees in here, and outside it's brisk. I just looked at the temperature. It's 4 outside. That cabin we use a wood stove, and then the boys' cabin we have another one of these, but a smaller unit. It's an 11,000 BTU version rather than a 20. So if you're looking for a way to heat your cabin and you're off grid, this thing I'm so far giving a thumbs up to. I'll give a full review after the winter, but uses no power at all and is keeping this cabin nice and warm. Okay, so here's how we power this party. My honey really likes these, don't you?
I do. They recharge really quickly.
Yeah, so like this one's almost full, so it's slowing down. This one's the Delta, regular Delta, which has more battery capacity than the Delta 2, but it's a different battery technology, so it's not going to have the same amount of lifespan. But look at this thing charging at like almost 1,200 watts.
Ecoflow.
Ecoflow, yeah. So what we do with these is the Delta stays in the kitchen here, and its main job is to run the fridge. So that it does very well. It can go days and days and days, keeping all of our food cold. It also ends up being the thing that charges most of our devices and DeWalt batteries, etc., etc. It's perfectly capable of operating a coffee maker. However, would you mind explaining kind of our morning routine?
Oh, you mean with the Jenny?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we always just do the coffee maker while the Jenny's running and recharging these, and then that way it's not pulling from the Ecoflow to do the coffee maker.
Yeah.
trying to do it all at once,
And-
recharge and make coffee at the same time.
And typically it's only on, the generator's only on for like
about an
half
hour,
an hour. In this case, we're charging both of these at the same time. And, you know, the Jenny's kind of hiding over there. You can't hear it in here because these things are cranking. But it is very convenient. And they're super portable. Like, they only weigh 25 pounds or whatever. So,
And then when this one's charged up, we bring it back to our cabin so that we can have it for charging our devices at night. And if it's rainy and we want to watch a movie or something, we just hotspot off our phone and
yeah.
it works perfectly.
So we just have a Samsung Smart TV. And we hotspot off of usually my cell phone. I have a ton of data with TELUS here in Ontario. So there's our power solution. It's pretty cool. And it's starting to snow. So because we're crazy, we're going to go for a walk down the driveway, which is a tradition for us up here. I think I'm going to go turn off the generator now. And we're going to sort of lazily pack up here. We can't really get a ton of work done if it's going to be this kind of rainy, crappy weather, but I'm gonna have to take that flag down too. It looks like we bent our pole. That's sacrilege. I will put that somewhere safe. Anyways, thanks for watching, folks. Do appreciate you. Please like, subscribe, and comment, and we'll take another video next time we're up here at the Bray. Could be winter.